just got my hair cut. I hope it looks good. It's just a straight cut. It's a lot shorter than any length I've ever done before, but I really like it so far. I recently posted my first pens on Instagram and I am so proud of them. I made them for a friend who loves Ghibli films, and I'll put a picture up here somewhere, but I'm really proud of them and I love how they came out. I'm so sad that I'm gonna have to part with them, but I know that they're going to a good home, and I'm excited to show you a little tutorial on how to make your own clay pens. All right, let's get into it. First off, there are a few materials that you're gonna need. Anything I use in this video is going to be linked down below, so if you're interested, you can just look down there and it'll have all my supplies that I use. The number one thing that you'll need is polymer clay. I use the original Sculpting oven-baked clay brand. This is the pound version in white. They come in different colors, but I just get the white one because I end up painting it, so it's just a lot easier that way. I have tried quite a few polymer clay brands, and the Sculpting original one is just the easiest to sculpt with, as well as the Sculpting 3, but I just choose the original one because it's the easiest and it keeps its form a lot better. However, if you're wanting to make jewelry, the Sculpting Primo is probably the best bet. Anyway, that's a whole other video. Once you have your clay, you're gonna want to roll it out so that it's flat. I'm gonna use this pasta machine that I recently got, but you can also just use a kitchen roller for this. After you've rolled out your clay, it's time to cut out the basic shapes of your pens. Once you've cut out all your pens, preheat your oven to 275, or whatever the temp on your clay packaging says to set the oven. Place your pens on the baking pan. I like to line mine with papers so that they don't stick or burn. Make sure you use an old pan and not one that you cook with regularly. Place your clay in the oven for the recommended time on the packaging. Be sure to set a timer because there's no fixing it once they've burned. Once they've baked and cooled, then you're ready to paint. I use acrylic paint, but you can also use pastels if you prefer. Now for the finishing touches. So you'll need to buy some glue, preferably jewelry glue. I got the clear transparent E6000. I found it at Walmart for a few bucks, so it's a pretty good deal. I should also mention that you will need to be in a very well ventilated area for this, preferably outside. So for this, I bought the rubber back lapel pens on Amazon. You get like 50 for $6, I think. And they just come in 2 little pieces and they're really cute. You probably can't see it. You might be able to see it. Anyway, instead of the metal ones, you'll probably want to invest in the rubber back ones because they just hold up a lot longer, according to the reviews. I haven't actually tested it out myself, but I went ahead and just bought the rubber ones instead because they had better reviews on them. Anyway, you put a little bit of glue and attach it to the back of your pen. Hold it there for a minute or so and let it dry for the recommended time. So next is sealing the pens. I use this UV resin. That I found on Amazon, and it just leaves your pens looking super shiny, super clean, and I really like this brand. You can also use glaze that I found. It comes in a Sculpting brand, but it's kind of expensive and it doesn't hold up nearly as well as the resin does. Oh, and make sure that you are in a well ventilated area for this as well. Probably not outside because it is sun curing resin, or I should say UV curing resin. So you don't want to be in the sun when you're using this, but definitely make sure you have your windows and maybe a fan or something because you don't want to breathe this in. You'll also probably want to wear some gloves and a mask while you're at it. The easiest way I found to apply resin is by using silicone brushes. The first time I applied resin, I used a cheap paintbrush. It was the worst mistake I could have made. I ruined the brush and it didn't apply the resin correctly. So take it from me and go buy you some silicone brushes. I searched far and wide and the best I was able to find were these cute purple ones I found on Amazon. They were pretty cheap and they came in a bunch of different variants, so that's pretty cool. When applying resin, you're probably going to need more than you think to fully cover a surface area. At least with this brand, I have yet to use other resin brands to really speak on resin in general. Anyway, apply a sizable amount and gently spread using the silicone brushes. You'll probably have to cover in sections because each part has to be cured in UV before it can harden. This means you can either let it cure naturally in the sun for a while, or you can buy a UV light. I tried the sunlight thing and it didn't do as well as the UV light for some reason. If you're looking for a UV light, I don't particularly recommend the one that I bought, which is the Mani Pedi light on Amazon. It cures pretty quickly, but it's not ideal for larger projects and it has a motion sensor that turns it off, so I keep having to press the button, which is just super inconvenient. Once everything is cured and seamless, you have yourself a custom clay pen. I really enjoyed making these and I plan on making many more in the future. So if you liked this video, please let me know by subscribing. If you made it this far, comment on your favorite film. Mine is definitely Howl's Moving Castle, hence the multiple Ghibli pens and other clay figurines I continue to make. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Follow me on Instagram for fun pics of all my work and updates on what I have in the works. Alright, bye!